Okay, so that was Silent Night, and the great thing about that song is that it sounds so complicated and it's really very easy. First two things you want to think about when you learn a tune are what is the key signature and what is the time signature. This song is in the key of A, and that means that all the chords, the melody, all of the notes revolve around an A chord or an A note. It also means that we're in 3/4 time, which means that every phrasing, every measure has 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Silent night, 2, 3. Holy night, 2, 3. So key of A, 3/4 time. This song, I don't use a flat pick. I play with my fingers. I play fingerstyle. If you haven't played fingerstyle before, go back and look at my beginner lessons or my beyond beginner lessons, which is really an intermediate course, and take a look at how to play fingerstyle. I am going to review for you just a little bit here though. 90% of this tune, your hand is going to stay in one position. Your thumb is going to play the 6th, the 5th, and the 4th strings, the bass notes. Your first finger is going to play the 3rd string. Your second finger is going to play the 2nd string. And your third finger is going to play the 1st string. When you play, you don't pull away from the guitar. You pinch in, your fingers pull in from the 2nd joint in towards the palm like this. My guitar teacher used to say that you could keep a penny there and it really wouldn't move. You also want to make sure that you have a little bit of roundedness to your hand. You don't want it flat. You want a little bit of an arch here. You don't want to be basing your hand on the bridge like that. So the hand is very relaxed. Every once in a while this hand position is going to move a bit, but it's basically going to stay like this. Sometimes you'll see P-I-M-A instead of thumb 1, 2, 3. For our purposes, we're just going to use thumb, 1st finger, 2nd finger, and 3rd finger for today. So that's basically how you play fingerstyle guitar. Now let's move to the left hand. We're playing for the most part up at the 5th fret for the whole time because this is basically an A chord. This is an F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. There's your A chord. So let's start off. The 1st finger is at the 2nd string, 5th fret. The 2nd finger is at the 3rd string, 6th fret. Okay? Then you're going to add your 3rd and 4th fingers to the 2nd and 3rd strings on the 7th fret. So you're going to start here, you're going to add the 2 fingers, and then you're going to put your 3rd finger on the 4th string, 7th fret. The whole time your thumb is going to drone a bass. Doesn't matter what string it's playing, it's going to play your quarter note. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So here's the first measure. First 2 measures were actually the same, and that theme comes back again later on in the song. So if you know that theme, you know probably 25% of the tune. The next measure, you put your 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 7th fret, and your 3rd finger on the 1st string, 7th fret. You're going to switch to the 6th string bass now. Slide it down to the 4th fret. Then you move your 2nd finger to the 3rd string, 6th fret, and your 1st finger to the 1st string, 5th fret, and you go back to the 5th string bass. Now just move your 1st finger to the 2nd string, 5th fret. This finger didn't move. So we had... We're going to add those 2 fingers again, 3rd and 4th fingers to the 2nd and 3rd strings, 7th fret. The bass moves to the 4th string now. first finger goes down at the 5th fret, then goes to the 4th fret. Sounds like this. Back to the first measure. Back to that measure we just did with the 2 fingers here. Back to the first measure again. To the last section, I want to mention something about the right hand pattern. Remember how I told you that 90% of the time your hand was going to stay in that one position? Well, I want to tell you when that deviates from that position. When you're at the 5th fret and you add your 3rd finger to the 7th fret of the 4th string, anytime you do that, that's now a melody note. So with the right hand, your thumb is going to play the 5th string, your first finger is going to play the 4th string, and your second finger is going to play the 3rd string like this. So when you add this finger anytime to the 4th string 7th fret, this hand, instead of being here, scoots down by a string. First finger plays the 4th string, second finger plays the 3rd string, thumb still plays the 5th string, okay? And it's all in the music, so you'll read it there as well, but I just wanted to make that clear. So now let's move on to the very last section. Your first finger is at the 7th fret of the 1st string, and your 3rd finger is at the 2nd string 9th fret. The only other thing you're going to add in this measure is your pinky. Your 4th finger is going to go to the 10th fret and then come off. It's going to sound like this, and you're going to use the 6th string as your bass. 10, 7, 9. Now you're going to go back to your first finger at the 1st string 5th fret, and your second finger at the 3rd string 6th fret. The 5th string is your bass. Bring 2 fingers up to the 9th fret, your 2nd and your 3rd fingers on the 1st and 3rd strings. Go back to the 1st and the 3rd strings, the 5th and the 6th fret. Just move your first finger to the 2nd string 5th fret. Now play the 5th and the 3rd strings. It's going to sound like this. That's basically an A chord. Last few measures, you're going to go back to the 6th string as your bass, and you're going to play the 5th, the 3rd, and the opened of the 2nd string.